up guys, Hina here. Now today's video is going to be a tiny bit different compared to all my other videos. Today I'm going to be doing a revision type of video on how I revise, and I'm going to be giving you revision techniques because we are an educational channel. I want to teach you guys something. Without further ado, let's get in the video. So my first technique for you is to remember that it's quality over quantity. You could do say 20 pages of work and not understand any of it, or you could do 2 pages of work and understand it all. So with that, you can be more productive with your time. Now, to be productive with your time, for me, I find it so helpful if I write down everything I need to do. So I kind of make like a to-do list with everything I need to do, everything I need to revise. So condense your notes, and from there you can pick out which parts you don't understand, which parts you do understand, and work on the parts that you don't really understand. Now, the way I kind of revise is I go by chapter each time. So if your book isn't split up into chapters, split it up in chapters, and from there just do say a chapter each day and go over that chapter over and over again so it's in your head, so you actually understand it. As well as that, use different resources. For example, use the internet, use your textbook, use another reading book, get a book from the library. Use different resources. Don't just use that one book, because that one book might not go into as much detail as say another book. Now, my second tip is one of my favorites. It's to just take a break. Sometimes just take a break, breathe in, breathe out, go outside, go talk to someone, get away from the room in which you're studying. Go outside, go in the garden, talk to your parents, your brothers or sisters, whatever. Just take a break, but don't make your break like an hour long. Don't do that. Don't make your break an hour long watching a movie. Believe me, I've done that so many times and it doesn't work. Make sure your breaks are like say 10 to 15 minutes, and in your breaks drink some water, have a little snack. Before, I used to do like 5 or 6 hours straight up, and it doesn't work. You know, there were explosions in my head. Just take a deep breath. What I'm basically saying is just take a deep breath. Now, my third tip is to use flashcards. For my GCSEs, I never used flashcards, and I kind of wish I did actually. With the flashcards, say you do a chapter, and from that chapter there's some information that you don't know. Write it on the flashcards and read the flashcards, say when you're going to go to sleep or in the car. And when you keep reading the flashcards, you will remember it, you start to get it. Also, the flashcards are so much easier than carrying a textbook. The textbook, number one, it weighs a ton, and sometimes the textbook might not put it in condensed form, whereas your flashcards that you would have created will be in condensed form, and it will just get straight to the point. Now, my next tip, I think, is one of the best tips in this whole video. This tip is really good if you want to remember a definition. What I did was, there's like a static sheet of paper, and it just sticks on your wall, and you can just get like a whiteboard pen and just write on there, and you can also wipe it off. Or if you don't have that, just get a piece of A3 paper, write down all the information like the definition or the formula that you don't know, then just stick it up onto your wall. You just stick it up in a room in which that you go into a lot. For example, your bedroom. Say you walk past your room, you're not actually reading it, but psychologically you are reading it, if that makes any sense at all. But it's really, really good for remembering stuff. Now, my last final tip is a tip in which I would say is the best tip. If you take anything from this video, take this tip, and that tip is to just do past papers. Honestly, I can't even tell you how important the past papers are. You could read your book and you could know everything, but it's not until the questions come up, and with the questions you can see how they word the questions, how they want you to answer the questions. So it's really, really good for maths and science subjects, especially for maths where they can't keep creating new questions over and over again, so they just use the same questions but they just change the numbers. I can't even, like, it's so important to just do past papers. So that's the end of this video. If you have any other tips that you want to give me or any other people out there, write them down in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to keep dabbing, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.